Hi, my name is Davi, and in this video we will talk about the trap of thinking that it's too late. Now maybe you have found yourself thinking something in the lines that it's too late for me, I've been addicted for so long, I've missed my shot in life, my health is all screwed up, so what's the point in quitting anymore? Or maybe you have just been feeling a bit of regret or shame about how long you've been addicted and this has been causing you problems. This is basically the same trap, and we will cover what it is exactly, what it does to us psychologically, and how to get out of it. So let's get into it. What is this trap exactly? Well, like the name says, it's in essence thinking that it's too late to quit your addiction or do any meaningful change in your life. And this line of thinking usually comes up when we are either in the process of quitting your addiction or still addicted and thinking like, maybe I should quit, but, and there comes the but. And it comes from this awareness that we get when we look back at our lives and see that this addiction has had a real cost to it. Because addiction always has a cost. It's not free. It's not a free ride. We always pay for it in one way or the other. And usually this cost is not just financial. Usually it's time. Addictions take a lot of time from our lives. The only resources that we can't get back. It takes away a lot of relationships, or it makes relationships worse off. Let's say it like this. It can break a lot of relationships, and it can cause a lot of damage to your physical health, to your mental health, to your self-esteem. And if you compound all of this and realize how much it has cost you in your life, if you've been addicted for 5 years, 10 years, then it can have a real punch to it, because you start seeing like, holy shit, my life could have been a lot better off right now if I hadn't spent this time addicted. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's true. There is truth to this awareness, because, like I said, addiction isn't free. But it's also the main essence of this trap, because if you get stuck in this line of thinking and make it your core narrative that this is reality and I have wasted my shot and I cannot get free of my addiction anymore, and even if I can, then what's the point? The damage has been done. So this is the core essence of this trap that will keep you stuck if you don't realize it. Because if you find yourself in this position, then you basically have only two options. And option one is that you will keep doing your addiction. You will keep wallowing in these negative thoughts and emotions and this narrative that it's too late for me. I can't repair the damage that I have done. I can't ever get this time back. I'm like, what's the point? I don't want to quit anymore. I'll just like go full self-destructive mode and fuck it. You can stay in this trap and you can continue your addiction. This is option one, and that's the default option. That's the option that most people revert to when they are in this trap. And there is also a second option. And this second option means that you commit to getting free from your addiction, no matter what. No matter how much time it will take you, no matter how difficult it will be, no matter what you have to learn, no matter what new capabilities you have to create in your life, you will commit to getting free from your addiction. And the funny thing is that both of these options contain suffering, and quite a lot of suffering, because with option one, you will suffer. You will just keep suffering as you have been suffering. And probably in 5 years' time, your life will have gotten a little bit worse, or maybe a lot of worse. I'm not here to fearmonger or moralize, that's the last thing I want to do, but we also have to keep these discussions in reality and look at how it usually goes. People who have an addiction that's causing them difficulties and harm in their lives usually don't get better by doing nothing in 5 years' time. Usually it gets worse. So that's just the brutal truth of life. So you will suffer. And with option two, You will still suffer. You will still suffer. You will suffer through your cravings. You will suffer through trying to learn new things and failing at them, trying to create change in your life and not being able to. You will suffer the emotional labor of figuring things out. Maybe you have to create new social circles. Maybe you have to find a new partner if your partner is addicted as well and doesn't want to come on this journey with you. There are massive amounts of difficulties, and everybody's situation is unique. Everybody has different challenges, but the underlying point that I'm trying to make with this is that there is also suffering in this road. There's no reason for you to have illusions that this will be easy, or this, if I choose this correct path, that I won't have suffering. No, you will have suffering. I can guarantee it. There will be suffering. But, and this is the main point between these two options, the main difference, not point, but main difference between these two options is that with option 2, the suffering will have a reward at the end. You will be rewarded by a life that's free from addiction, that's more fulfilling, that's more congruent with what you want in life, who you want to be. You will have a higher self-esteem. You will have more options. You will be physically better off. You will be more happier. This is the reward. This is the reward for your suffering. In 5 years' time, I like to think in 5 years, it will take less. Most likely it will take less. But, just to make it crystal clear that if you commit to this second option, then in 5 years' time, you will have a much better life and you will be free from addiction if you keep going at it. Even if you slip back to your addiction and you keep trying and trying and trying and learning and learning and learning and make it your number one priority in life, not the 5th or 6th, but number one to get free from your addiction, no matter what it takes, then in 5 years' time, 99% chance you will be free of it if you commit. So, these are the two options. And this is why this line of thinking is a trap. I'm not calling it a trap without reason, because if you stay stuck in it, well, you just got beaten by the trap because it was successful. If we take it apart, this line of thinking that it's too late, and see what it really is, then basically it is just an excuse to continue your addiction. It's a justification. A very intricate, very nicely dressed up justification, because it seems very real if you're in it. Oh, I'm old, what's the point? Too late now, too much damage, what's the point? But what it does in the end, if you look at it, the result is that you continue with your addiction. And that's the name of the game with addiction. If you have some kind of thought in your mind that allows you to continue with your addiction, then this is an excuse. It's nothing more. It's a fancy story. And this trap is no different. And just to make it crystal clear why this is a trap, then let's say you're 40 right now and you think it's too late for you. You've missed your shot. In 5 years' time, when you're 45, you can be free from your addiction and have a much more fulfilling life. Not too late. If you're 50 and you quit your addiction, you commit to quitting your addiction no matter what, then you will be 55 and be free from your addiction. Not too late. Even if you're 60 and you get free from your addiction at 65, then it's still a lot better than to be addicted at 65. Going towards the end of your life, addicted, miserable, not very nice. Much better to have a sober mind and clarity going towards the end of your life and doing what you want in this life, giving your last effort into creating something that you want to create, or just being the way you want to be without having to do your addiction. So it's still not too late for you. It's never too late. It's not just a cliche. But the important part is to really understand that this is a trap. And also have this awareness that you have a choice. You don't have the choice right now that you can quit your addiction and everything will be fine in your life. this is not, it's not possible. You can't just snap your finger and everything will be right because you just made a choice. But you do have the choice of committing to getting free from your addiction. And this is a different thing because this involves processes. This involves long-term thinking and going until you get the result of being free from your addiction. This, it will span months, possibly years, but it's so worth it because you don't have any other option. Basically, the first option is really bad one. Is a really bad one. I don't recommend this. So this is basically what I wanted to say about this trap. And before moving on to how to actually get out of it, I want you to pause this video. If something sparked in you and if you got some idea and you started thinking about this subject more, then please pause this video and give it some thought and then return to this video. And we will continue discussing how to get out of this trap because it's really important that you get what I am saying right now. This can change your life. If you look if 5 years passes and you look back at this moment and you made the commitment of getting free from your addiction, then just imagine how grateful you will be to yourself. You're like, holy shit, I made the commitment and it worked. I got free from my addiction, and the last 5 years has been so much growth in my life and so much awesome experiences, and I've grown so much as a person. It's fantastic. You can look back and just be so grateful for yourself. But the other option is also true. You can choose number one and not make this commitment, and then you will look back at this moment in 5 years' time, if you remember, and it's not gonna feel good. It's not gonna feel good. So this is important, what I am talking about right now. So pause the video if you want to and give it some thought, and then we'll continue. All right, so how to get actually out of this trap? If you find yourself ruminating on these thoughts and it seems like reality, these ideas that I'm too old, I've missed my shot, maybe I have a chronic illness by now, maybe, my marriage broke up because I was addicted, or maybe I gambled away my finances or got fired from my job or whatever. Like, I'm fucked right now, it's too late, and it seems so real. And it just keeps hammering in your mind. Then what we have to do in this situation is interrupt it. Not try to negotiate with it, not try to make up better stories about it, but first of all, we have to interrupt it. And we can't do it by thinking. We have to have some kind of action that has a very small positive impact on our life and gives us a small positive emotion, small amount of positive emotions. Not a huge amount, nothing life-changing, but some activity that's just good for us and lets us do it, not think but do. And this can be as simple as cleaning your dishes or tidying up your apartment, going for a drive, listening to some music, going to meet up with a friend to have a chat, or just even going to a cafe and being amongst people, not to feel lonely if you're alone. And these actions work because they take your attention away from your thoughts for a while, and they have a small positive impact on your life. This is what they are meant for. They are meant for interruption. And you might have an objection right now, like, what are you saying? Like, I have tried doing these things, Tavi, and they don't work. I'm still ruminating, and what, you think I'm stupid? Like, who hasn't done these things? Well, if you do them once or twice, yeah, maybe they won't work. But you have to keep doing these activities and figuring out what you can do as an activity until you get to a point where there is enough space in your awareness between you and the rumination that you can see it more clearly. There isn't any magical pill, you can't snap your finger and get out of it. This strategy is the best that I can give you. This is the strategy that has worked best for me and for my clients, and it does work if you keep at it. And this is really important as well, because if you don't interrupt the cycle and if you don't get out of it, then you will stay stuck in the trap, and it will color your actions. It will color everything that goes on in your life. You have this background thinking that it's too late for me. And from this position, you will not start making the changes in your life that are necessary to get free from your addiction. So if you do find yourself in this trap right now, then make a commitment to getting out of this trap and doing these small actions, picking one action and doing it, and noticing how it feels to do it. Because if you do something that's small and positive, gives you positive emotions, then this starts what I call the positive loop in my book. And the point is very simple, that you do something that's positive for you, you get a bit of positive emotions, your thoughts change a bit to be more positive, and this gives you extra motivation to do more things that are good for you, and this in turn gives you even more positive emotions, and this in turn gives you even more motivation to do positive things in your life, and this just keeps snowballing. This is the point of this interruption and doing these small activities that have a positive impact for you. Because if you just start thinking positive thoughts and no action results from that, then it doesn't really work that well. So this is all that I wanted to say about this trap. I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, then I do appreciate you leaving a like and subscribing, because I want to reach more people with this information. I want to help people figure their addiction out and get free from it. And if you're interested in my coaching work and in my method, then I invite you to check out my website. It's called 4quadrantscoaching.com, and there I talk about my model that I developed after I got rid of my own addictions. And there's also 2 free guidebook chapters that talk about this positive loop and negative loop and other core concepts. And you can also book a free discovery call there if you want to chat and see if I can help you with your situation. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.